The rivalry between the Canes and the Noles, once upon a time, barely noticed outside the state of Florida. With those battles in the 80s and the 90s, put both programs on the national map, made both of them champions, and we are lucky to have another showdown between these two today. Welcome, everyone, to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Fielded in the end zone. It's Pringle. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here's the handoff. Breaks into the open. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Canes!
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Blackwell. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The give to the tailback. On the move at the 30. It's a running room. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
It's almost incomprehensible to think the Noles failed to break 17 points 10 times a season ago. That's a year after being prolific, Jesse. So what are the keys to regaining some form?
Reese, I think it's the quarterback position. I think this team was spoiled in a lot of ways when they had Jordan Travis. And they obviously had so much NFL talent surrounding him, but they had a leader. They had a guy that everybody could look at when times got tough and believe in. Someone has got to be able to establish themselves at the quarterback position for this team to get back to its winning ways.
Quickly out to the tight end. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are tonight.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
Don't even think about sending the special teams out on 4th down and 3. Trying to do it on the ground. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
This opening drive has been all offense. Really good job, nice scripted plays, taking advantage, strung together a nice series. But here's all that matters for defense. We don't even care about yards anymore. Can I keep him out of the end zone? Great job.
Headed to the end zone, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Knowles!
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. Making side adjustments here. Toss sweep to the right. Runs through the tackle. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Let's take a minute and talk about Miami and what a challenge this is going to be for both teams, both with unblemished records, both sitting atop the conference, and both eager to square off against each other.
And what I think makes this one more fun is that it's not just the 2 top teams in the conference. These might be 2 of the better teams in the entire country. These 2 teams might make the college football playoff. Lots of football out ahead. This is a matchup, regardless of whether you're a fan of these teams, the conference, or college football you've been waiting to see.
And it's so nice that whoever wins this, you talk about putting yourself in a great position, you hand them a loss in the conference, move them down the standings, and you have the tiebreaker. A lot on the line today.
The Canes getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to pass. It's back. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who get...
They're just plowing ahead. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. And the Canes racing to the line in the hurry-up. To the air on 1st down. Snagged out of the air. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Snap it to the back. Creates a little room. Bulldozes his way through. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Quick strike complete. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Quarterback making checks. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. And the pass is incomplete here on 3rd down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. You can grab, but you can't hold on. The defensive holding penalty will give this offense a 1st down. And the Hurricanes have it with a 1st and goal. They'll go to the ground. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Miami!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point splits the uprights. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Coming out with it, it's Blackwell. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Find some fresh air. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. The Noles injecting some attitude, throwing the spear down and declaring they're going to run the football.
Run the football, be aggressive. This is the part of the offense that, remember, it was a long time Florida State offensive line play wasn't good enough. They got to get that physicality, that run game, if they want to be a great program again. And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Castellanos. Complete to the left. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Power football with the run. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
And the Canes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Trying to turn the corner on the left. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. When you think of the significance of these two programs in the history of college football, remarkable that they've only been playing since 1951.
It's crazy because there's so many games you can pull out of your brain, Reese, and I'm sure because you were born then when the first...
Just steamrolling the defense. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. The Hurricanes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. And guys, this can be a great time to look for a big play on 2nd and inches. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking downfield. It's back. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
The Canes come to the line needing just inches for the first down. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Wants to go up top. Rushes on him. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Now on 3rd and goal, and that earlier sack left them with more ground to cover. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
After that incompletion, it's now 4th and short in the red zone. Decision time if you're the head coach. Do you just take the field goal, or do you keep your offense on the field looking to get 6?
It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to throw, it's Castellanos. The screen, he's got wheels. Crosses to 40. We've seen this from this sophomore, so dangerous after he makes the grab. And the Noles want to crank the tempo.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. The Noles with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. He lets one fly deep. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Florida State. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Pringle. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Under 30 seconds to go here in the half. Let's see how they play it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. With the catch, it's Marion. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
To the air, it's Beck. Pressure coming. He fires to the left side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
Caught near the sticks. It's Fletcher. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Yeah, and the QB tried to use some touch, let that thing hang up in the air. But when you hang it up over the middle of the field, the defenders have a lot of time to go and try to get it, make a play. A lot of guys near the football. Nice job by the defense being in great position.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. Got his man to the left. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Canes will boot it away to start the 2nd half. He'll bring it out. It's Blackwell. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job of pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
You see the offense trying to dial up the quick game there with the RPO, and I like the idea of trying to get playmakers the space out to the right flat of the field, see what can happen, but you need a more accurate throw.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Castellanos. Pulls it in. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And the Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Fires to the big fella. Thrust that arm out. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down. That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
I think the defense was ready for that quarterback sneak attempt. They filled every gap and stood up the offensive line.
And you got to get such penetration really quickly. Get low, get below those offensive linemen, and just create a pile where he can't drive his feet going forward. Great job by the defense.
4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. They'll run for it. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. You're in plus territory, no desire to give the football back. Maybe the punt doesn't even work out. They go for it, and it works out well.
So I wonder if you go tempo here, too. Now that you just picked up that first down, don't let the defense sub. A lot of these guys now have been on the field for a little while. See if you can catch them off guard here and try and take advantage of how tired they are.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing, but you watch.
Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Going the other way, and he's got room. The 20. Touchdown, Hurricane. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick six.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And, Dave, you know, it's funny. I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
Up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Back to pass, it's Castellanos. Finds his back in the middle. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Give to the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
To the air on 2nd down. Rolling, throwing, looking right. He throws back across his body, and it's picked off. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. First snap in this drive comes from their own 44. Looking to throw on 1st down. Gets it out fast. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
On the run, it's Fletcher. Got the first down and still on his feet. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Back to throw, it's Beck. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run it. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And it slips just inside that right upright. And now the lead is even bigger. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, a couple of Mountain West teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Arizona is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Teddy Bruschi had a hand in getting this kid to Tucson, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? They're trailing by 10 to Wyoming. Just another week in the Mountain West where the only constant is chaos. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Grab behind the line. It's Alchuk. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple of possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart.
Looking for a deep man. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter. You're just trying to take a shot and see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
He did not make it a stonewall on 3rd down.
Man, this defense just has so much speed. You saw it on that 3rd down play. The offense is trying to get a quick one, see if they can get a block and maybe spray a guy free. The pursuit, wow, that was so good defensively.
Looking to the big tight end. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Gonna look downfield again. Moving out of the pocket. He's gonna take off. He works his way across the 40-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
Gonna take a shot at this DB. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Stopped just across midfield at the 49, but not before he forces the turnover and sets up this offense.